spookiest time of the month, and I decided to watch Scream 6 finally, like 6 months after it originally got released. I watched all the Scream films in the span of a week after the release of the reboot Scream, which why didn't they just call it Scream 5 is just beyond me. But makes it so confusing, and after a year passed obviously between then and now, it's safe to say any callback to those previous films were well above my head. But I do remember not fully liking Scream 5, and I actually like this one, Scream 6, even after not understanding most of its callbacks, but it still carried me throughout for most parts. Not really the most parts, but I digress. But straight away I noticed that this film took place in a more populated area, and took me a minute to notice and realize that they moved to New York from their small town, because I was wondering, why didn't these guys just cut their losses and run away after all the harassment they've been going through? But in my amazement, in a horror film, characters were actually smart enough to do that. Who would have thought? And that change of location actually allowed the film to have more stuff, more nice action set pieces, slasher stuff. It had one of my favorite slasher scenes, which was the one in the subway. Like the lights going off, the suspense, the everything. Everybody was wearing masks. You see Ghostface here, you see him here. It was just intense and fun. And forgive me for saying I do not remember a single moment of Melissa Barrera in Scream 5. I just remember my boy Huey, Jenna Ortega, among other actors like that one black girl and that other guy that was in Love Victor. Shout out him though, getting with Jenna. Thought he missed a shot in the beginning, but he pulled that 3-1 comeback. As I was saying, Melissa Barrera as Sam Carpenter was really great. I think the moments with her in the film were really good. She really had that leading star energy in this film and was not let down. And I love how these Scream films always have that one exposition scene when they just talk about the film, and it's going to be like this sequel or this requel or this soft reboot. The satire-ness, if that's a word, of it it's just so cool, and it makes me just love how these films are so consistent and they hold up till now. And finally, I feel of all the Scream movies, it had the more predictable Ghostface killers. From what I remember, Scream 5, I just didn't want to believe the killer was who he was because of my personal delulu. But this, I knew 2 of the characters were going to be killers. It just stared me at the face. I just knew it. And it was also the first Scream film to unmask the killer at the start, and that would have actually been a good concept, but it didn't materialize to anything. But aside from that, I still stand that Scream 1 is the best, and I'll keep that till I rewatch all of them again, maybe in the next 3 or 4, 5, 7 years. I don't know, maybe when Scream 7 comes out, who knows. But this was definitely better than Scream 5 in my opinion. But Scream 5 wasn't bad, it's just clouded by my own personal bias towards the film. I really wish I watched this sooner, especially in the theater, but it is what it is. I enjoyed it regardless. Thanks for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one.
But please don't touch. You see me apply ice up on my neck, but I'm okay.